Thought Bubble Audio.
Look, up in the sky.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to Beer with Geeks with Tim and Frank.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I am Iron Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A couple of guys with a couple of beers and a whole lot of pop culture nostalgia.
Make it so, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Name the dog in the animal.
Life finds a way.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now sit back and crack open a cold one, because it's time for Beer with Geeks.
It comes in paints?
Shaken, not stirred.
Great Scott!
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Hi, and welcome to Beer with Geeks, where two geeks geek out with beer. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, is my man who loves a good bracket, Frank. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I do love a good bracket, a solid bracket, never hurt anybody. How are you, my friend?
I am doing so well, Frank, because I have a real beer.
You have a real beer today? Oh, my God, I'm so excited. I'm sad. Pour one out for your seltzer, but don't pour out the beer.
I know.
Don't pour out the beer.
No. Well, I don't have a sink in my office, so there'll be no pouring.
Okay.
No spilling, no pouring. This is a Revival Brewing Company. This is a break-free Fanny India Pale Ale in honor of me seeing Dumbo recently.
Okay.
Got a big old elephant on the front.
Nice.
And I'm not usually a pale ale. I'm not usually a pale ale person,
right.
But this one has a after that first IPA kind of hop sensation gets you, it's got a really nice citrus tang on the other side of it, and it's delicious.
Nice.
Frank. It really is delicious.
Revival Brewing down in Rhode Island.
Down in Rhode Island.
Nice.
It's where I live now, down in Rhode Island. I won't tell you where, but I can tell you that it's actually like a block over from me.
Now you just told everyone where.
No, because Rhode Island is just one big block, Frank.
That's true. That is true.
If you look on the map, Rhode Island is literally just a block.
Okay.
It's just...
Wow. I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's square. Well, it's a rectangle. It's a block. Frank, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking also actually a beer local to me. An Ipswich Brewing Defrost. This is a Weizenbock style ale. So it is. I didn't drink this last week on the show, did I? I'll be very embarrassed if I did. I may have.
I actually think you did.
I did. Yeah. Well,
you should be very embarrassed.
Oops. Drinking it again. As I'm realizing it, I'm like, wait a second, did I
drink it again?
Yeah.
To your stomach got caught. Now we lose listeners. Oops you. All right, I'm done.
My bad. Sorry, I lost us all the listeners. Well, yep. Well, it was so nice I drank it twice. At least I realized it, because there was a very good chance that I just wouldn't. But anyway, it's great.
I know.
So nice to drink it twice. It's good. It's a Weizenbock. I love it. You're a Weizenheimer. We talked about that. That's how I remember.
Because we can't handle our jokes.
Oh, no, not again.
Yeah, good ones come back.
Well, so we thought we would do something uncharacteristically sportsman-like.
Play ball.
Yes, we are going to play ball on the podcast this week. No, we filled out a bracket.
Anyway.
To celebrate the end of the NCAA tournament, Tim and I filled out our brackets. Well, we're about to fill out a bracket together.
Exactly. We're going to talk it out. We're going to hash it out. So normally we stick a bunch of fictional characters inside a soccer field, and we're like, okay, duke it out.
Yep.
But because it's March Madness now in April, we are going to stick them on a basketball court.
That's right.
Because it's pretty much the same.
Now, do
basketball courts come in handy?
Do basketball courts have an organ? This is the thing that we always fight about with the soccer field.
Oh my God! Sometimes they do. Baseball has organs. Soccer doesn't have organs.
Soccer has vuvuzelas.
You are a toy.
You are a toy, a child's plaything. All right, these people have places to go, Tim, so we shouldn't waste their time. We should respect their time.
They're probably going to those places
Maybe
while
they are.
listening to us.
Maybe they
Frank.
are, but we should respect their time. So I vote that we go ahead. So what our theme this time was aliens.
Is going to be. Don't change.
You're right.
Don't change the tense.
You're right. You're the
Frank.
English teacher
That's
here.
confusing.
You're the English teacher here. It's aliens, and not like Aliens the franchise, although there's a little bit of that. It's our favorite alien characters, some of our favorite alien characters from across all of our favorite franchises.
Indeed. So we have DCs, we've got your Marvels, we've got your Star Wars, we've got your Aliens, we've got your Men in Blacks, we've got your Predators, we've got your Steven Spielberg movies, we got your Star Treks. Whew.
We got a lot. So I say we dive right in here. Splash. I think we can publish this bracket online so people can follow along. I'll put it in the show notes when the time comes. But we're gonna start. So maybe we list them off to start, and then we'll dive into it. Right?
Yes.
So we got the Martian Manhunter from DC. We've got Worf from Star Trek. Got Hawkgirl from DC. Got
Hold on, wait. Do the verses, not just the list. We got to do the verses. So we got your Martian Manhunter versus Worf. We've got your Hawkgirl from DC versus Marvel's Talos, the villain of Captain Marvel-ish. All right, now you can go. Keep going.
You got Kilowog from DC versus Yoda from Star Wars. You've got the Xenomorph, speaks for himself, versus Silver Surfer from Marvel.
We've got your Brainiac versus your Chewbacca. Brainiac from DC, Chewbacca from Star Wars. You got your Borg Queen of the Star Trek versus your Edgar, the cockroach alien from Men in Black.
That's right.
Edgar, sugar in water. If you now it comes flooding back to everybody because you just got to give them a thing.
That's it.
You got your Predator from Predator versus Thanos from Marvel, and you got your E.T. the extraterrestrial from Star Wars 1: The Phantom Menace versus Spock.
Technically true.
We
Versus Spock.
don't see them do much. Versus Spock from Star Trek.
For The Voyage Home.
Ew. Why is it that one?
Because that's
He's
like
old.
the funniest one.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Let's start with Martian Manhunter versus Worf, Frank.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
So same ground rules, like no weapons, none of that. Just what they
what they would normally carry.
What they would normally carry.
Because does Worf have a phaser on him? Question mark. Does Hawkgirl have her mace or no?
What they would normally carry. So Hawkgirl and the mace go together.
Okay, that's fine.
I guess it's fair to say Worf has his phaser.
Because otherwise it would be Yoda versus Kilowog without his Green Lantern ring.
Right.
So,
right. Yes.
Right. So it's your Martian Manhunter versus your Worf with his phaser.
Okay. So I would like to make a case for the Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
Because he can phase. He's telepathic. He's got all the powers of Superman. The only weakness he really has is fire. So unless Worf is gonna, shoot something in the basketball court and make it catch fire,
you mean like the wood floor?
Like the wood
Frank?
floor. Unless
you mean he's gonna shoot the wood floor with a laser to set it on fire?
I mean, I get it's possible. I'm not sure if a phaser can shoot wood if it would catch fire, but my feeling is Martian Manhunter has the upper hand here because he is the more powerful of the two. Discuss.
I don't think you're incorrect pretty much at all, actually. I would be a little hesitant to write Worf off completely because he's strong.
Yep.
And he's smart. And he is extremely aggressive. But I'm not sure if any of that, including the phaser, and I could talk about shooting the wood floor, or shooting the lights to make them spark or anything like that. Right. Shooting the big LCD screen and all those things.
Shooting the organ.
I don't know. Shooting the organ. Don't shoot your organ. I don't know if any of that actually translates to setting enough of a fire to take out the Martian Manhunter.
Right.
I feel like this is in the realm of I guess, believable fight, I think Martian Manhunter just kind of takes the cake. Because, as you said, he's pretty much got the powers of Superman, except that he is allergic to fire or whatever. And Worf is, yes, he's a Klingon, but he's also just like a guy.
Right.
He's not, when it comes down to it.
He doesn't have powers.
It's Guy versus a Superman.
Right.
So I'm going to give it to the Martian Manhunter.
I'm with you.
Hooray. Oh, my goodness. So then we've got your Hawk Girl versus Talos. The Hawk Girl versus Talos, the Skrull. Now, Frank, Hawk Girl, as we know, is pretty bomb. She's one of the best warriors of the DC in the DC universe. She's got her nth metal mace. She can fly. She's aggressively angry. And then you got your Talos. He's an Australian space alien. He can shapeshift. He's a good fighter, but maybe not the best fighter in the world. So how would he beat Hawk Girl?
Well, you forgot one important characteristic, and that is he has the voice of Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, it's so soothing.
Soothing.
You're right.
Soothing voice. No, I other than that, though, yeah, you're right. He's a decent fighter, but he's not. The Skrulls are not superpowered other than their ability to shapeshift, right?
Well, if you made Talos a Super Skrull, then maybe, because a Super Skrull has all the powers of the Super Skrull, I should say, has the powers of the Fantastic Four, so he can stretch like Mr. Fantastic, and he can set fire, and he's got a rock arm like the Thing, and he can be invisible and stuff. But that's not a regular Skrull ability,
and that's not Talos as far
as Talos, whatever it is. No, he's the leader. He's like, hey, I'm super, I'm super cool.
Yeah.
It's me. So I would say I'd give it to Hawk Girl.
That'd be my inclination as well because of everything you said, and not least of which is the nth metal mace.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'd just give it to Hawk Girl because she's super cool. All right, now Frank, this is where it's going to get tricky really quickly. Yeah. Kilowog the Green Lantern versus Yoda.
The Green Alien.
Now, this is, I assume this is, we always take characters in their prime. That's kind of the rule, right?
Yeah.
So Yoda in his prime means Yoda's doing his little flip things, and he's got his lightsaber, and he's got his force powers at his peak. He's not, stealing flashlights and wiggling his butt just yet.
No, it's Attack of the Clones Yoda.
Right. If it's Attack of the Clones Yoda, and if it's Kilowog in his prime, this is a Green Lantern versus one of the most powerful Jedi ever to exist. But Kilowog is a amazing Green Lantern. He can make anything he wants out of those constructs. So if Kilowog comes in and he's like, all right, little man, I'm going to put you in a bubble, what's Yoda going to do?
Well, yeah. So, we saw Yoda go up against, Dooku, and we saw him go up against Palpatine. Darth Sidious.
Well, I mean, if Dooku ran away,
yes,
and he lost against Palpatine.
Yes, he did lose against Palpatine, but he did fight off the lightning bolts pretty well. Papa Palpatine.
Go for Papa Palpatine. He kind of fought off the lightning. He fought off Dooku's lightning, but Palpatine's lightning is what did him in.
True.
Really. And not that Kilowog is shooting lightning, but
constructs.
Kilowog can make, but constructs, can a lightsaber cut through a construct?
That's the great question, isn't it?
Because it's a lightsaber versus a thing made of light. They're both hard light, Frank.
I would. Yeah, they are. I guess they're both hard light. That's true. I would think a lightsaber can cut through a construct.
Well, a construct can cut through a construct. So if you were fighting Green Lanterns, or it's all about the willpower.
Yes,
it's the Force is the.
That's right.
It's the same. It's the same thing. The Force is the will, and the Green Lantern ring is the will. So,
yes, but that's true. But when it comes to a lightsaber, Yoda using his lightsaber, the weapon either does or doesn't cut through a construct. I guess if Kilowog's will is strong enough, maybe it could overpower the lightsaber. It could be stronger than the lightsaber could cut through if he had enough willpower.
I don't know if you could cut through the lightsaber, but I don't know if you can cut through a construct. Why couldn't you cut through the lightsaber?
Maybe not cut through the lightsaber, but he could create a construct the lightsaber could not cut through.
That's correct, if his willpower is strong enough. But could Kilowog keep up with Yoda's flipping all about and then throwing stuff at him with the Force? Can't you just see Yoda flipping all about and then using the Force to hit Kilowog in the back of the head with a brick or something like that.
Yeah, Kilowog is very powerful and very coordinated, but I don't know that he's super fast moving. That's never the impression that I get about him. He's kind of big and lumbering. I mean, he's like a Marine. Like, he's disciplined as hell and a great warrior, but I don't know that he's, like, agile.
Great warrior.
Powerful Jedi was he.
Mm-hmm. Right, but so is... I'm looking for a great warrior. You know, like, so is Yoda.
I kind of want to give it to Yoda. I kind of came in thinking it'd be Kilowog, but now I want to give it to Yoda.
I don't. I kind of want to give it to Kilowog.
Okay.
Just because I don't know. I think I need an actual coin flip here.
I was going to say let's do a coin flip. So I'm going to ask Siri, the iPhone assistant here. I don't want to say the phrase, but which one is
ducks have heads?
Dogs have. What kind of scary ass clowns came to your birthday?
Kilowog's got a head, so
all right. So Kilowog is heads.
Heads for Kilowog, tails for Yoda because he's tiny.
Okay. Flip a coin.
Tails.
All right, tails. So it's Yoda.
Tails. Yoda is the triumphant one in this way.
All right.
All right. Wow. I almost didn't really foresee that going that way, Frank. But there you have it.
There it is.
The Xenomorph versus the Silver Surfer. Okay, so the Xenomorph of the Alien franchises are... The Xenomorph is a killing machine. It is designed to kill anything that it's in its path. It will take on... When it is born, it takes on the attributes of whatever it cocooned its way into and then burst out of. And so if we're in a basketball stadium, I assume, let's just take the... I guess we could be like the Alien Queen or something like that if you want it to be at its biggest and most ferocious. And then you have the Silver Surfer, who is imbued with the power cosmic from Galactus.
The Herald of Galactus.
Silver Surfer is one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe, but he's also a peacemaker.
True.
He's also, hey, let's talk about this. Can we discuss some philosophy first, and then see how that turns out before you know what he's eating?
Right. So, like, while Silver Surfer is like pulling out Aquinas, and the Xenomorph is just like going in for the kill.
Right. Exactly. But Xenomorphs, even if they are super killing machines and stuff like that, and their blood is acid and things like that, does acid actually affect the Silver Surfer?
I mean, probably not. I would guess not. He is silver after all. I don't think that. I don't think it would. I do think that the Silver Surfer is probably more powerful with the whole Galactus thing on his side.
I think you could just fly up on your board, blast the Xenomorph, and call it a day.
You could, but would he?
Well, if we take that as they're supposed to be aggressive, like Yoda wouldn't also be naturally aggressive towards Kilowog. They're supposed to fight one another like a video game, so
then Silver Surfer would probably be the more powerful of the two and would be the more likely to win.
I think he just has more advantages.
Yeah.
I think he just has more advantages than
than the Xenomorph.
Than the Xenomorph.
I think you're right.
Okay.
All right, cool. So Silver Surfer wins that round. So on this side, we've got Martian Manhunter versus Hawkgirl, and Yoda versus Silver Surfer. That fills out the left side of the bracket. Now we move over to the right side of the bracket, and our first face-off here is going to be Brainiac versus Chewbacca.
Brainiac versus Chewbacca. Da-na-na-na.
So,
all right, well, Brainiac doesn't have his ship or anything, so it's just like hulking Brainiac, with some tendrils and stuff,
like his
out of
whatever,
his head.
like his suit that he wears and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't have the ship. But Chewie's got the bowcaster and the bandolier, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was an arbitrary system in putting these in the brackets in the first place. And as much as I love Chewbacca, and you don't want to upset a Wookiee because he'll pull your arms off and stuff like that, I just don't think that Chewbacca could get anywhere near Brainiac.
I don't either. I don't see how he could.
It's just not possible. Chewie's great and stuff, and I love the Chewster, but he's just not going to be. He's just not going to be able to touch.
It's just
Brainiac.
outmatched. I don't think he's got what it takes.
Nope. Okay, so let's give it to Brainiac.
All right, Brainiac wins. Sorry, Shuby. That brings us to the Borg Queen from Star Trek versus Edgar the Cockroach from Men in Black.
All right. Well, I don't know much about the Borg Queen apart from Resistance is futile and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Borg Queen versus Brainiac would have been a good fight, I think.
Well,
though.
that could still happen.
Yeah, well, it's very actually, it's very possible
Yes.
it could happen. Wow. Actually, I didn't even think about that. Yes. So now I just want to see it. So tell me about the Borg Queen.
The Borg Queen. So the Borg are a collective of I'm gonna get the terminology wrong because I'm not at that level of being a Trek fan, but they're a collective of the aliens. They're a half robot, half machine, half man type of situation, and all of their brains feed into one sort of central network, and all of they're able to control each other. Like the Borg Queen can control all of them at any given time. They're all linked to this big hive mind. So the Borg are one, and so she has the benefit, similar to like Brainiac, of she's got all the knowledge of all of the different members of the collective, and that so she's got this like sort of infinite knowledge, and she is the she's at the center of all of these sort of drones who are going out and doing all her bidding for her.
Okay, well, that answers my question then, because if she just has a bunch of drones that are going out and doing her bidding for her, she actually doesn't have that much going for her herself,
well,
then, right?
She knows everything they know. She has everything they have. Like they are, again, like it's everything. As soon as one new member of the Borg collective joins, like the reason why they wanted Captain Picard was because to get a starship captain as a member of the Borg means that now the entire Borg, collective, the entire species knows everything that a starship captain knows and has all of his thoughts and all of his memories and all of his knowledge.
Okay, they have all his thoughts and memories and knowledge and stuff, but what good is that the Borg Queen, because she doesn't have that at the height of her power, right?
She has all of that, and she's also a.
So you're basically telling me Patrick Stewart versus Edgar the Cockroach?
Well, Patrick Stewart and like billions of other Patrick Stewarts and other like people from all walks of life and all planets and all everything. Are all part of it. She has all the benefit of all of that. Plus, she is a cyborg, so she's more machine than man type of situation.
Right? Is she super strong and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
She's got all this synthetic, spinal cord and skull and everything, like all these cybernetic add-ons to her. So yes, she's got all this super strength. She is like the height of humanoid perfection.
Okay. But does that still make her does that make my dryer? It's funny that we're talking about the Borg Queen because I could just heard my dryer go off.
Oh.
And the beginning of it sounds like Star Trek. The Next Generation goes ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da.
That's funny.
Ba-da-da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Like it's very, very strange.
That is very, very funny.
Okay, so go ahead.
I would say she takes this because what does Edgar have going for him?
Edgar is super strong, and he's a bug, so he's really fast, and he loves sugar and water, but he's kind of dumb. Right? He's not the smartest. He's not the smartest tool in the shed. Right?
Yeah, and that's
right?
that's the thing that makes me think, because like she's got like she's super smart, like the smart, like imagine the smartest, like she's like 12th level intelligence easily.
Okay.
She's got all these gadgets and all this. She's like basically immortal. She's got all these implants, all these cybernetic implants that make her strong, give her all these different powers, and she's a genius, like Brainiac level smart. So pair some of that cybernetic stuff with the genius versus Edgar, who's super strong but not super smart, and I think that her genius alone would carry her, paired with the strength.
Okay. Then if that's the case, then I'm gonna trust you on this, and that I'm gonna trust you on this, and that the Borg Queen wins.
All right, so it's gonna be Brainiac versus Borg Queen the next round. That's fun.
Borg Queen, nothing but Borg Queen.
That brings us to the last of our first round, and that is Predator versus. Oh no, sorry, we have two more. Predator versus Thanos is up next.
Predator versus Thanos. Predator, he can't be. Thanos, this is no Infinity Gauntlet. It's technically the height of his power, but I mean he doesn't carry it around all the time, so it's not fair. Chewie doesn't have the Millennium Falcon with him. He can't just crash it into Brainiac, so we can't do that. It's not happening. So it's Thanos just being Thanos with his little sword thingy, and that I'm sure is perfectly balanced and
Perfectly balanced, yes.
And the Predator, who is designed for hunting and killing and being big and scary, and he can hide and he can camouflage and he can shoot you with missiles and all that stuff. Discuss.
Who do you think is stronger?
Thanos.
Yeah, I kind of think Thanos is stronger, but I think the Predator is more, what's the right word? Relentless? Determined?
Maybe.
More of a killing machine?
But Thanos beat up the Hulk.
Right.
And I honestly think that the Hulk could beat the Predator, and so therefore Thanos can beat the Predator.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
I've also seen Batman take out the Predator, and I'm pretty sure Thanos would squash Batman. So you know what I mean?
So it's Thanos.
I mean, Thanos would technically squash Captain America too, but that didn't happen. Well, he kind of did, but not really. So you know what I mean? So I'm going to give it to Thanos.
I can't really disagree. Yeah.
Okay, and then E.T. versus Spock.
Mr. Spock. E.T. versus Spock. All right, so this is kind of a funny pairing, right? Because, I mean, E.T., what are E.T.'s powers? He likes to phone home.
Loves to phone home.
Yep.
He has some kind of telekinesis.
Yep. A little glow-in-the-dark finger thing.
And a little glow, so he can see in the dark if the power goes out.
Yep.
And
he says Elliot,
and that's it's a good old. So, but Spock is not really a fighter, really.
He does some hand-to-hand combat, when necessary.
Would he just kick E.T. like a punching doll, and E.T. goes, E.T. phone home.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh,
I mean. Oh. Or E.T. would do what he did when he saw the kid dressed up as Yoda, and he'd be like, home. He'd see Spock and be like, I recognize that.
Maybe. Crossing universes, but yeah maybe. I don't think E.T. has a shot unless E.T. just uses his telepathy and just throws all of the chairs in the stadium, in the court at Spock and buries him with all the chairs.
But Spock is a Starfleet officer, and he's a Vulcan, logician. So I just don't see how. I mean, I feel like a Vulcan neck pinch and ET is down.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay,
yeah.
It's Spock. All right, let's go back up to the other bracket: Martian Manhunter versus Hawkgirl.
I feel like there must be some story somewhere where the Justice League face off against one another, and I'm sure at some point Martian Manhunter and Hawkgirl have, in an Elseworld story or something, or a dream sequence somewhere, have faced each other. Hawkgirl is not to be underestimated. But again, Martian Manhunter is basically Superman with more powers.
That's a good point.
So it's hard to say Martian Manhunter would lose unless there's a very good reason. Again, Hawkgirl, not to be underestimated.
No, I think it's just Martian Manhunter has, Hawkgirl can swing all day and John can just be there phased, and nobody will hit him.
Right.
Although the nth metal, I think, can actually hit him while he's phased, so that's not but he can shapeshift, he can heat it up, so like if he can get the mace away from her, she's pretty much down for the count, I think.
I think so too. And I think he could get it away from her. They can both fly. Yeah, I think he wins this one. I think Martian Manhunter wins this one.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. So let's give it to the Martian Manhunter. Da-da-na-na-na. Let's give it to Martian Manhunter, and then we'll go down to Yoda versus the Silver Surfer.
This is a tough one.
This is actually really tough. This would be a great fight. A really great fight. Yoda is magnificently powerful. Yeah. But the Silver Surfer has the power cosmic.
Yeah.
And whereas Yoda got beat by Chancellor Palpatine got beat by the Emperor, Silver Surfer went up against Galactus multiple times and survived.
That's right.
And I just don't think that as good as Yoda is and as powerful as Master Yoda is, I think the Silver Surfer is ultimately more powerful. And so I'm going to give it to the Silver Surfer.
I think you're right. It would be a very interesting philosophy battle, though, because they're both philosophical.
They are both.
That'd be fun. But yes, I think Silver Surfer wins.
They are both philosophical, aren't they?
Yes.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
What a time for them to be alive.
Yes.
Okay, so then it's Brainiac versus the Borg Queen. And you said some very nice things about the Borg Queen, and I believe you. I surely do believe you. I just think that Brainiac is stronger.
I agree.
At the end of the day, Brainiac has all of the same advantages that the Borg Queen has. He's just also like 7 feet tall and as strong as Superman.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's I think that is the correct answer. As powerful as I think she is, and smart as she is, he has that in spades. So yeah, I'm gonna give that to Brainiac.
Brainiac. Brainiac. All right.
Brainiac wins.
Thanos versus Spock. Thanos wins.
Yeah, no question.
That's not
even a question.
No
Thanos
matter
versus
who
Spock.
they were gonna that was just like you're lucky you made it to the playoffs, Spock.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Yep, for sure. So now we've got on the left we've got Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer, and then on the right we have Brainiac versus Thanos. This is a pretty good final matchup, actually.
Yeah, yeah, man. Well, we got the second before final matchup. So
Final Four.
Martian.
It's a good Final Four.
Final Four. It's the Final Four. Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer. Anyway, they are both philosophical. They are both incredibly intelligent and thoughtful and powerful.
Mm-hmm. I know, and I feel like Martian Manhunter has been on a real tear here, but he might have finally met a match.
I think he's met his match. I think the Silver Surfer is deceptive in that he doesn't look powerful in the way that Martian Manhunter might. But you talk about like Martian Manhunter having weaknesses like fire and things like that. Silver Surfer doesn't really have that.
That's right.
Doesn't have that weakness. If the Silver Surfer wanted to create some fire with the power cosmic, he could pretty much do that.
Yeah.
And so
could and would.
And so there's really nothing stopping the Silver Surfer from taking out the Martian Manhunter. So I'm going to give it to Silver Surfer.
Yeah. I have got to agree.
And I love Martian Manhunter, and I like the Silver Surfer a lot. But yep, I'm going to say Silver Surfer takes the cake from the Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
So then it's Brainiac versus Thanos, which is a wonderful battle. I think they're both incredibly strong, again, incredibly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thanos is a fighter in a way that Brainiac isn't. Like Brainiac is a thing. It's in his name. He's a Brainiac. He's not not really a brawler unless he really has to be.
This is a tough one because it really comes down to brain versus brawn. Like they're both very intelligent. They're both very strong. Thanos is a little smarter. Brainiac's a little smarter. So where does that leave us? Like, I don't know. Is Thanos that much stronger that the brawn beats out the brains, or vice versa?
But I think if let's say they're equally as strong, Thanos is a skilled combatant in a way that maybe Brainiac has the know-how, but maybe not the. It's like he's like a textbook. Like
he doesn't have the experience.
He doesn't have the experience. He's not It's not hands-on learning. It's textbook learning for Brainiac.
So you think Thanos then?
I would think I would give it to Thanos. I would think so.
All right.
I would think so.
It's real hard for me. I almost want to do a coin toss, but
go ahead. You do a coin toss if you want. Brainiac destroys worlds.
I mean,
let's not
that's
forget
what I'm saying. Yeah.
But he uses his ship to destroy worlds.
True. But he has fought like Superman in like hand-to-hand combat. Like they have gone, to fisticuffs in like the animated series and stuff. So I that's why I hesitate.
That's true. Okay, so
should I go to coin toss?
Yeah, go for the coin flip.
All right. Heads Brainiac, tails Thanos.
Sure.
Okay.
Thanos gets tail. Sure.
Toss a coin.
It's heads this time.
Heads. So that's Brainiac.
Brainiac.
Are you good with
upset? That's an upset that I wasn't really expecting. But you know what? But I've almost seen Thanos versus Silver Surfer before. I'd be curious how Silver Surfer versus Brainiac goes. Except that it goes like this: the Silver Surfer wins. Nope.
Yeah, without his ship, Brainiac loses. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
The Silver Surfer has his board, but even without the Surfer's board, there's some versions like, the board is what gives him his power cosmic and stuff. Like that's bogus.
No, I think you're right. Without, I hesitated but as I thought about it, without the ship, Brainiac would not beat Silver Surfer.
If Brainiac had his world destroying ship, I would be inclined to give it to Brainiac.
Yeah,
but the Silver Surfer is just. As his own standing, as just a character, he's more powerful.
Yeah. Yep, I think you are correct. So Silver Surfer is the winner of our Beer with Geeks Alien Battle bracket.
Silver Surfer is powerful. If you agree or disagree with us, you can tweet Frank at Frank Ramblings or me at beerwithgeeks.com. Just kidding. You can find me at TimothyPG13 on Twitter. You can also check us out on beerwithgeeks.com and Facebook and Gmail. You can rate and review us on iTunes and find us all the places podcasts can be found. You can give us some money, just even $1 a month, $12 a year over at patreon.com. And you can check out all their Thought Bubble audio shows at thoughtbubbleaudio.com.
If you were a Patreon supporter, you would have already heard this episode earlier this week.
True story. What a time that would be.
What a time to be alive. And you'd be only a couple days away from another episode coming out before anyone else has to hear it. So, just
bam,
saying.
What's happening? Anyway, so it's all good things. So, Frank, this has been charming and lovely. So, until next time, cheers.